everyone, it's Tim. As I mentioned in my last video, I was kind of introducing a new kind of like a little video segment that I want to do where I sort of just want to walk you through the different paint schemes and processes that I used on some of my recent miniatures that I've done. So today I'm going to take you through how I did my Redemptor Dreadnought. This is from the Primaris line, and I made it for my Blood Angels army. So I was pretty proud about how this one turned out. So why don't we take a look, and I'll tell you more about what colors and different materials that I used to do it. To begin, I went through and I assembled everything into different sub-assemblies to make it easier for myself. The legs glued onto the base and the right leg raised up on top of the leg from the Tau broadside battlesuit were glued together as one. Torso with the shield open was another. Both arms were done separately, and then the rifle from the Tau battlesuit and the head were done as separate pieces as well. I primed everything in pure red rattle can from the army painter. Probably should have done it black, but you learn lessons. I went along and did all the metal pieces with lead belcher. I then went over all the armor with Blood Angels red contrast paint, but it ended up looking really streaky on the flat bits, so I ended up having to just do everything in Mephisto on red anyways. So I haven't done any, first big coat Blood Angels contrast paint since this. So, we all learn as we go. Metal bits all got Nuln Oil shade with some Necron compound dry brushing. All the brass bits, basically the flamethrower, the skull on the back, the wire coming off the power fist, and the Gatling gun were done with brass scorpion. The Aquila on the front was done with Gehenna's gold. Trim on the border of the skull coffin and grenade launcher or retributor armor. And then everything that was gold or brass gets a tiny little touch of Agrath Earthshade, just for a little look. Wires coming off the coffin or flash gets yellow and warpstone glow. The skull on the side of the gun and top of the shield was done with way thick screaming skull. I'm not really good at thinning down paints, and this was kind of earlier on in my painting career. I've since gotten a little better at thinning them and finding a white that really works for me. Purity seals were done with the same white with then Ushabti bone over it to try to make it look like a little bit of parchment. And then the wax of the seal is done with corn red and Mephiston red. Try to make it look a little shadowy with some nice little highlights in there. Laurel on the front of the coffin is Creed camo with some Calvarian green layered on top. Command symbol and top of the coffin, as well as all the rivets going around the armor, are done in Ironbreaker. For the Tau, I ended up doing matte white from the army painter with a batten black for the grenades and the missile, with Dawnstone highlights going around different parts of the armor. Blue on the head and the gun are done with Caldor Sky. I went along all the gaps on the Tau suit and the Redemptor with a Paneline accent color from Tamiya. And then for the white skulls and the number 2 and the yellow number 2 are all decals. Ended up using a couple other decals for the Blood Angels, but they didn't really go nicely. So the ones that you see are the ones that remained, and I was actually happy with. I kind of suck at doing decals. For down at the base, we can see I just kind of painted everything a batten black, covered it in some glue, and put down some train ballast. And then put down some Mountain Tuft and Winter Tuft from the Army Painter. Put down the Tau battlesuit pieces and made it basically look like the Redemptor just won himself a little battle and everything's going well for him. At the end, clear coated everything with Krylon Color Max rattle can just to try to seal it in and keep everything nice and safe. And overall, I was super happy with this. So I hope you enjoy. Feel free to emulate, copy, whatever you like. And I look forward to seeing how yours comes out. Thanks. Bye.